Hey, let's see. Are we streaming? Are we streaming? Are we good? Are we good? Are we going? I think it's working. I think it's working. Okay, it is working. Okay. Hello, everybody. This is gonna be another little WoW stream. Just gonna level up basically and just have fun. It is 4:46 a.m. right now where I'm at. I have not gone to sleep yet. My sleeping schedule's all over the place. But it is my birthday. I'm 31. Yes, I know, 31. It's crazy how time changes a person. It definitely changes a lot of things. So, put myself down here, and then we'll go here. Okay, but yeah. I'm gonna go to my parents' house tomorrow, and they asked me like what I wanted to eat. And me being me, I'm just like, well, if you're gonna ask. Uh-oh. Please don't hurt me. Actually, I should get revenge because somebody just killed me doing the escort quest. But whatever, I'm not going to do it. Actually, maybe. Yeah. Can't be doing the escort quest around me. No siree. Okay. So yeah, what do you guys do for your birthday? Like, my birthday hits, now I have no idea what to do. Like, I'm just kind of like, oh, well, it's just another day, I guess. I mean, it's not just like another day, but like, I don't really know what to do. Like, nothing special, Thank you. But I think just spending time, what I like doing is good enough for me. I'm pretty easy to please, I think, for the most part. I kind of just want to basically hang out in my room and play games and create stuff. And I like to go out too. Like, I like to have some adventures. Like I like to go to music venues, and I like to go like hiking and camping, and I like to go traveling to places I've never been before. That's always fun. I would do more of that if I like made more money, but I don't make enough money to go traveling all the time, so I don't. Even if I could, I wouldn't do it all the time. Oh, how the tables have turned. Oh, I'm just gonna die. Okay, yeah. Okay. There's a lot of PvP in this area. And PvP in World of Warcraft is just like gank or get ganked for the most part. Every now and then you'll get like a good battle, but it's pretty rare. Yeah, I don't know. WoW's an old game though. Like I think what it does amazingly is the world that they created is very immersive. It's very expansive, and it's paced very well, like classic vanilla WoW. Like when you're leveling from 1 to 10, it's like, you know, that's like the starter area. And then after that, you go to like the beginner area, you know, and you stay there for like a couple levels, and then you go to another place, and then after that, after you do that for like 4 or 5 levels, you go to another place, and then you kind of like switch in between places, and then you come back to old places, and you fly over areas that you can't really level in yet because they're too high, and you see like all this cool stuff that you're eventually going to get to. Oh, is he really just going to come in here and kill me again? What a douche. What a douche. What is he? A mage? Oh my gosh. Why are there so many horde in there? Like, did they know like everybody's coming over here to quest or something? But yeah, WoW does a whole bunch of stuff really nicely. I mean, the game just feels good. The game just looks good, in my opinion. The areas are all very diverse and very interesting. You know, it's cool that there's other players just walking around in the world, you know, just doing whatever they do. Whether that be killing you or helping you or just existing. You know, that gives the world a very alive kind of feeling. Which, even though the PvP, in my opinion, isn't that great, it doesn't really need to be. It's just the concept of the game is fun. Let's see, are they going to come back in here to try to kill me? Well, all the Yetis are back, so I feel like they're not going to try to kill me. I don't have any sound on either, guys. Here, let me turn on my sound a little bit here. Okay, yeah. Let me make sure the sound is connected on, oh gosh. Okay, yep, it is connected. Okay. Everything's better. There's the escort quest again. Yeah, so like recently I was watching this one girl, her name is Luality. Luality. I don't know how to spell it now. It's like Luality. And she's like a Twitch streamer and a YouTuber. And I don't know, I just really like her content. I really like her commentary and just her passion for video games. You know, but one thing she was saying in one of the videos that I was watching recently, where she was playing that new game where there's like these girls in it, these really hot girls, and they're dressed very provocatively, and the camera angles kind of focus on like the girls' asses and shit. I can't remember what the game's called. But she was playing it, and she was just like, you know, just talking about random stuff. And she was doing a lot of talking about getting distracted by the character that she was playing, which was really funny. But one thing that she brought up that I really liked was she was saying like how she really appreciated her online community and how she felt like she was like in a big guild, you know, like in the same way that like you would have a guild in like World of Warcraft, except it's a guild over multiple games, you know. It's like a guild of gamers. Oh wait, oh no, I probably can't get the quest. Never mind. I don't have the quest since I don't want to say since you started it to make it like blaming him kind of thing. I don't have the quest since. I'll just leave. I'm not gonna even explain myself. Okay. But yeah, I really liked how she created a community. And like I think like is that something like I would like to do? You know, because like essentially like every gamer's dream, right, is to basically just be able to like make a living through playing video games, right? And to be able to have the community. Like, and it's not necessarily about making the money, it's just being able to do what you want to do. You know, and spend your time how you want to spend it. And creating the community and you know, and having like-minded individuals and people who like similar things as you know, and creating new friendships and stuff like that. Like, because like for so long I feel like I've kind of adopted a personality of introversion and isolation, kind of. And I've kind of always like seen myself as this person who is introverted and isolated. But like that's not necessarily, I don't know if that lines up with like what I really want anymore. Like yes, I still like my alone time, and I don't know how I would truly feel about, I guess, being like more social. I guess that's why I'm, you know, I would like to try it out, you know, and to put myself out there more and see if I like it. But yeah, because I think it would be really cool, you know, to at least have a community of people who like games, you know, and have a passion for it. Or just people who are able to connect with each other, you know, even if it's not about video games. Hold on a second, I'm gonna close my door. Okay, back. But yeah, one thing I've noticed is like, a lot of these people who have these big communities, it's like their personalities usually seem more outgoing. Whereas like I really question if I'll be able to grow a community to a big size, because I feel like my personality is, I don't know, like just more introverted. Which I did say like that's how I've seen myself for a long time, and it's for good reason too, you know, because I generally am more introverted than extroverted. You know, I like to spend time alone to recharge my batteries, or just, you know, with people that I'm really close to. I've learned to be social because I've always had to work in jobs that have been very just people oriented, like customer service and stuff. So like I've been forced to kind of go against my natural energy, I guess, if that's how you want to put it. And so like I've learned how to talk to people, at least decently. So like, you know, I could vibe with people, and it's not like I have a hard time socializing. It's just I recharge my batteries by being alone. and I work the best usually when I'm alone. And I have a high need for like creativity and you know, reflection and like just thinking about things. So I don't know if I'll ever be, I guess maybe in my head what I see is like the extroverted, outgoing YouTubers. And that's fine. And that doesn't mean I won't have a big community. But I think whatever's perfect for me will show up. You know? I think if I'm meant to have a big community and it's good for me, then that's what will happen. I think, you know, like the flow of your spirit is like a river, you know, and when you follow that flow, it goes to the place of least resistance, you know. So as long as I follow my soul, it'll take me to wherever I need to go, even if I don't know where it's taking me yet, you know. And right now my soul feels called to like just play games and make video games, do these like little streams and stuff, and you know, make other videos here and there, and it's like I'm kind of just putting all my time and effort and concentration on the things that I care about and the things that I like personally enjoy. You know, I think it's like I've been searching for like, oh, like what's my purpose? Like what should I do? How should I spend my time for so long? Like, and I've thought about it in so many different ways, and I've focused on certain things, and I've been like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna spend my life on. Like with music, I thought I was going to basically just focus on that. You know, when I turned 18 or whatever, I was just like, well, I think, you know, music is something I'd love to do. And I started learning how to play guitar, and I went, you know, I basically focused on that for like 8 years, like really heavily. Like I sacrificed a lot, and I did everything I could to, you know, learn and make social connections with people so I can play with others, and you know, trying to start a band and all that stuff. And you know, in the end, it never panned out for me for whatever reason. I could still keep on trying, but my wishes and my dreams changed, I suppose. I do like making music still, but I've realized video games have always been my main love, my main enjoyment, my main passion in life, and I want to fuel my creative energy into making really great games, into creating, you know, like just a whole like ball of energy surrounded around like gaming and creativity. You know, like I'm going to college for computer science, so I'll be learning more about computers and how they work, and you know, how to program, and you know, learning math that will teach me how to do like hopefully some more complex like things. And you know, yeah, I'm just gonna keep on following that, because what your life purpose is whatever you care about. What is it that you really care about? You know, and just nurture that like a child. You know, and the younger you can find it, the better, really. Because, you know, if you think about it, Like, you just have more time when you're younger. And it's not bad if you don't figure it out when you're young. You know, sometimes you gotta go through trial and error. You know, just like I did. Like, I was at a point where I was like, yeah, let me try music, you know, and I had to go through all that stuff, and I did painting, and I did tarot readings and stuff like that, and I got into spirituality, and, you know, life happens, and then eventually, you know, maybe you might come back around like I did and say like, oh, you know what, like, this music thing and painting thing and all that other stuff is a good idea. But I've kind of been missing, for some reason, the thing that's been right under my nose all my life. You know, and it's because of the beliefs. Maybe you've told yourself, like, oh, this isn't something can be my purpose. You know, this isn't something that can be everything you know, something serious, you know. Because society says it's not worth it. You know, and like, but look how people used to look at video games, like back in like the 90s and 2000s. Like, growing up in those times, for me, like, video games, like, I don't know, I kind of got made fun of for playing video games. Not like hardcore made fun of, but, you know, people always joked around about it, and it was always looked at as like a nerdy thing. And I remember being like the nerd, you know, being kind of like the weirdo for liking video games. And I don't know, it's just like people used to think of like this thing that we all do now as weird, but now people are making livings off of it. People are, you know, figuring out ways to make gaming something that's actually like a legitimate, not just career, but something to be taken as like an art form, something to be taken sincerely, and not just as this kid's plaything. I mean, there's esports, you know, people making millions off of that now. So, like, in a way, video games are just as, like, valuable as sports are. You know, they have just as much attention. And just like any other art form, like painting or books, you know, or movies, or crocheting, or dancing, you know, there's a very deeply rooted culture behind it all. And there's like an in-depth understanding of it all, of the nuance of it all. Like when you cook something, like cooking's an art. You know, like everybody cooks something differently, and you could give everybody the same 20 ingredients, but they'll all cook something differently, is what I mean. And like, I'm not saying that video games, like, I mean, anybody can make a video game, right? Or they could at least learn how to. And obviously, people can make very many different kinds of video games. But the point that I was trying to get at more so is that like in the same way that someone, like, I'm going to use dancing as a reference instead. Let's say you start dancing, right, and you're just learning. Or you've been dancing for a long time, but you've never you've never taken it at like a class or anything like that. You've never learned about its history and its roots and its, you know, all that stuff, all the history behind it, and all the details around it. And then you meet your teacher, and like you start dancing, and you have this confidence and this bravado. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. Jesus. Holy crap, why are there so many? But it's, yeah, so like you meet your teacher after you feel like, you know, like, oh, I know how to dance so well, you know, I know all the moves of bachata or something. You know, and then you start dancing and the teacher's like, okay, that's good. But it's like your step's a little more, you know, Southern Italian or something, you know. And it's like the feet and the positioning of your toes can be refined a little bit more so that it fits the, you know, wherever bachata's from. You know, and then it's like you really get the essence of it. Like you start understanding the essence, like you breathe and learn about the culture of where bachata comes from. You know, and then now you don't only know about the dance, but you know about all that stuff around it, that surrounds it, and that is behind it. And it really starts creating more of the spirit of the dance. Like you really get into tune with what it is. You know, and video games work the same way, I think. Where like for example, World of Warcraft. Like you could be new to games, right? And you could play World of Warcraft. And you could be like, oh, this sucks. Like this, I don't get it. It's too much. Like I played with one of my friends not too long ago who's never played World of Warcraft, and they've only been playing video games for like 4 years or something. So when they played this game, it was like overwhelming to them, and it was just too much for them to process, and I was kind of like basically speed leveling them so they could catch up to me. And because of that pace that I was taking them through the game, it really caused them to kind of like, you know, feel like they were missing out on a lot of the important stuff of learning and whatnot. But like essentially they don't see the game the same way as I see it. You know, they didn't grow up playing the game. They don't know the lore, they don't know the history, you know. They like, man, I feel like the same way that a dancer has to kind of get into the right mindset to dance, a gamer, it's not like you have to have a certain mindset to be a gamer, but like I think you could get more joy out of games depending on how you play them and how you look at them. You know, and everybody has different levels of enjoyment and different levels of playing a game and different ways of playing a game. So there's not just like a yes or no kind of answer, or this is what it is or this is what it's not answer. But what I am saying is that I think lack of a foundation of video games and like the culture and stuff like that, it could really make you miss out on why the game is fun. You know, like one of my ex-girlfriends, you know, whenever I would play video games, she'd be like, how are you enjoying this? Like, don't you want to do something? Like, you know, and she just didn't understand, like how can you like doing this? You're just staring at a screen, clicking on stuff that's not even actually like really there, I guess. But you see how the mindset and like the misunderstanding, I guess, if that's the right word, or it's like more like the mindset and not the misunderstanding, but the lack of experience with the genre, with the art form. Like if you've never had a moment where you're sitting down with your buddies and you're all playing a game and you're having like a blast, and somebody, you know, kills you in Super Smash Brothers, and then they come back and whoop your ass or something, and you know it's like a super close game. You know, if you never have moments like that, or moments where you're playing, you know, the new Legend of Zelda, and you're just completely transported to a new world, and you're just full of awe and wonder, and given this sense of adventure and magic, you know, and if that doesn't move you, or if you've never had an experience like that, like if it doesn't emotionally connect to you, then it's going to be hard to enjoy it. You know, which is interesting with like the rise of games now, with obviously the internet being out, and how popular games have become, and how social of a thing they have become. Like you look at Valorant, League of Legends, what other games? Minecraft. What other games are there that are like really big multiplayer games? Pal World. You know, there's it's just interesting how games are so mainstream now, and how so many people play them now compared to what they used to. And you know, what makes a person want to play like just a competitive game? You know, why does a person want to play one game for like years and years and years and years and years? You know, like there are people like that who just play one game. You know, and it's like there's just so many different things that draw us to video games, whether that be the social aspect, whether that be the fantasy, the immersion aspect, whether that be the challenges and the obstacles and the puzzles you gotta solve. You know, whether that be, I don't know if I already said this, competitiveness, overcoming obstacles, just being transported into these very immersive worlds and landscapes. You know, power trips, power fantasies, where you feel really powerful, and you know, you play a game because it's something you like to do in real life. You know what I mean? Like if you like to fish, you know, do you play games that are fishing games because you like to fish? You know, is it relaxing for you? A form of escape. You You know, there's so many reasons why we play video games. But I do think when we go into them with like more understanding of the culture of video games, and we go into them with the understanding of the history of video games, and you know, like how far they've come since they first were created, and you look at the bigger picture of them, I think that can make people appreciate them more. You know, because like when I play a game, like I'm looking at everything. Like I'm looking at like oh, like look at these character designs. These are like double-headed cyclopses. And you know, like look at the environment that they created here. Like, you know, why is the environment this way? Does it look nice? How does it make me feel? Like this is one of my favorite questing zones. Felorus is such a big, like, it just feels like a big place. Like ancient too, because the trees are just giant. You know, and it's so much different than the first like forest zones and like the starting zones, because like all the trees are smaller and they're all bunched together, whereas this one, like the trees are far apart, they're huge. The air is kind of like foggy. You know, it just feels like a more higher level place, but it's also really big and expansive and beautiful and like ancient. And so like, you know, it's like just the visuals in and of themselves are so fascinating to look at. Like, look at this place. Like somebody created this world, and there's lore behind it. Like that's what's so cool about World of Warcraft 2, is like there's books on it. There's actual lore and history in the game. You know, and you can learn about it all, and that gets you more involved in the game too. You know, and I think all these aspects kind of come together to really make you like appreciate the game more. Like especially I think reading books has made me appreciate games more. Even books that aren't related to the game that I'm reading. Like the Elric series that I brought up in one of my past streams. Like that book makes me appreciate this game even more. And it's like, it's kind of disconnected, you know, in that sense, because it's like a book and a game, but the book's like very fantasy like, you know, there's a lot of magic and sorcery and, you know, monsters and demons and different races and elves and humans and gods and devils and, you know, all that stuff. And you know, so I guess like, I guess what I find interesting in a whole is like all this mythological stuff, you know, fantasy, like magic and creatures and monsters and elementals, and like all these things somehow seem to interconnect for me, whether I'm watching them in a movie, reading them in a book, playing them in a video game, seeing them in a dream. You know, like they all kind of bleed over into each other, and You know, and that's kind of something that's like an external factor that makes you enjoy a video game more. Like if it's something that's aligned with your interests, I guess. So then I guess, like, how would you get somebody who isn't into like fantasy normally, or hasn't read any fantasy or watched any like Lord of the Rings or any you know, Excalibur, um, whatever fantasy movies there are out there, or you know, they haven't played Dungeons and Dragons. Like, how do you get somebody like that into a game like this? You know, how do you get them to see the magic that they might not be seeing that you see? You know, the same way that the dancer shows the student who thinks that they know how to like dance really well, how they still have a lot to learn. You know, how do you introduce somebody into video games and get them into the right mindset to enjoy it? You know, because I know a lot of people don't want to play video games because they feel like it's a waste of time. And it's like, but isn't everything a waste of time in a sense? Like, you know, in the end, isn't everything just, are we all gonna die? You know? Might as well just do what we like doing, right? I mean, at least. I mean, obviously there's exceptions to everything, like, you know, maybe if you like heroin, I don't know if you should be doing heroin. You know? But hey, I mean, if you really think about it, can anything actually be a waste of time? You know, I mean, that's a really deep question, because on one hand, you know, there's the immediate and later effects of our actions. So in that sense, things matter, right? Like, what happens tomorrow and 10 years from now is going to matter to me, because I'm going to go through it and I'm going to experience it. So let's say me just never calling my mom ever again. Like, that would affect me. That would affect her. That would matter to both of us. You know, and I don't even know why I would do that, but like, just as an example. You know, so like in that sense it matters, but then if you think about like a longer, expansive version of time, in 20 years, or well, no, okay, let's say 1,000 years from now, nobody's gonna remember who we are or what we did. You know, nobody's gonna remember our sadness. No one's gonna remember our happiness. Except maybe genetically. You know, maybe in our genes, all those things carry on somehow. Which in a way it does, right? Genetically we do carry on. And you know, and then you could argue and maybe say like spiritually we carry on too. You know, maybe, I mean, I believe in spirit. I believe in, you know, us having a soul and stuff like that. You know, I really think we do. I guess there's a potentiality of me being shown that that's wrong, but throughout my experiences in life and throughout my thoughts about it, I think we do have a soul. And what does that mean? I mean, it's a whole nother subject of what it means to have a soul. But So, you know, it doesn't matter if we waste our time, I guess is what people say, you know, playing a video game is. And it doesn't matter if we, I guess, do things that people don't consider a waste of time. I guess like working out, spending time with family, building a business. You know, it's also subjective. You know, and like really, I guess I don't want to bring too much of my personal perspectives on things, because it's just how I see things and how I live life and how I understand life. But like, I was thinking, like, you know, I try to exist outside of like space and time in a certain sense. Like, I feel like there is an aspect of me that exists outside of space and time right now. And it could see the multidimensional possibilities of all the dimensions that I can shift into. And that makes me feel like, that makes me feel more zen, that makes me feel more at peace, more content. Like I'm in the right place and I'm doing exactly what I need to do. And there's no worry or rush to achieve anything or to do anything. It's more of like a state of being. And you know, so to me, like playing this video game, like it's a spiritual thing. Because spiritually, my soul likes fantasy. My soul likes magic. My soul likes video games. My soul likes using its imagination. You know, my soul likes connecting with people through the interweb, the interconnectedness of it all. And yeah, but just in general, like overall, just like try to just live a life that you love and love the life that you live, you know? And I think that's very important. And that's why I want to make more YouTube videos and, you know, stream more. And just be me. You know, and wherever that takes me will be right. And I hope that it will take me to a place where I don't have to work at places I don't like anymore. Like, I'm very tired of customer service jobs. I've been doing them for 13 years? 12 years? No, 13 years. And it just gets tiring after a while. Like I'm just over it. I'm tired of just dealing and putting up with people's attitudes and rudeness and inconsiderateness. I'm tired of being bombarded by a swarm of people and always being put in conditions where it's just constantly busy, and it just takes so much out of you. It's like one person's doing the job of like 5, and it's exhausting. You know, luckily I've gotten to a point where I only work about 20 hours a week. You know, and like I said before, I go to school now 20 hours a week as well, so you know, I'm doing that. But it's more fulfilling because at least it's towards something I want to learn. You know? But things take time. Things take a lot of time. It's like that Neil Young song. It's gonna take a lot of love to get us through the night. It's gonna take a lot of love. Something, something, something. You know, and yeah, it's gonna take a lot of love for us to really do anything. Anything that we need, or not that we need, but to transform our lives in the way that we want to. I think we need love. You know, love is the most transformational thing, I think. The most positively transformational thing. True love, you know? True love that you give to yourself and to others. And like, even so much as to become love. To become love is, I think, one of the pinnacles of human experience. But yeah, and just, you know, making the little steps and just doing things that you like doing. And over time, you know, if you keep on doing that, it'll turn into something. It'll turn into something cool. And if it doesn't turn into anything, I mean, at least you're having fun. You know? Let's see. Why? There's not enough brutes over here. Or did they all just like share spawns or something? What is this guy doing? I think one thing I really wish we can do is play music, though. Like, I guess I could put on my headphones and play music, but then I feel so, like, disconnected from the stream. It's like when you see somebody dancing with headphones on outside, or, you know, it's like you can't experience what they're experiencing. And I feel like I don't know, I feel like that's a very disconnecting experience. Oh, excuse me. We could get rid of the silk, I think. I see. It's gonna take a lot of love, get us through the night. I guess I should invite this guy to my party, right? Alright, I'll just help kill stuff. I just want to reach level 47 before I go to sleep. Gotta make sure I wake up or have enough sleep to go to my parents' house. Oh yeah. And then another thing that I'm kind of concerned about, that I don't know if I should talk about it on here. I don't know. Maybe I'll save that conversation for another day. Oh, gee willikers. Oh, let's kill that guy. He killed me earlier. Ah, damn it. Okay. Okay, is he going out? They are going after him. I'm coming after him too. What the hell? Where'd he go? Here he is. Oh jeez. Hup. What kind of name is Hup? JK, JK. I'm not judging, man. I'm not judging you, man. There's no more around here. Don't leave. Okay, let's go this way, dude. Wait, what? Jump. Yeah, and I guess like identifying yourself, right, can have its like complications, I think. Because it's like we observe ourselves and then based off the past we're like, oh, this is how I am. This is the kind of person that I am. But then like, I feel like when we define ourselves, I don't know, sometimes it can be very confining. I think it makes it hard to change or to just do things that are outside of what you consider your personality. You know, maybe it's best to not identify yourself. But then I feel like also if you lack identity, on a certain level we need identity. Because if not, you kind of just drift through life, you know, without really knowing what you like or don't like, right? Like you gotta have some kind of identity. Even if that identity is no identity, I guess. Hold on. Cat keeps on opening up my... Oh, this person's Asian? Okay. That's crazy. Or do they just have Asian add-ons? I'm so fascinated by Asian culture. I would like to learn more about it. It takes up so much time. I've tried to learn Japanese before on Duolingo, but yeah, it's I just didn't keep up with it. I wasn't consistent. I did it for like a couple months, and I learned the words like hashi, which is chopsticks. I think it could also mean like railing or bridge too, depending on how you say it. Sumimasen, I remember as excuse me. And then like desu. Desu's like, I can't remember. It's used for a lot of things. But like when you want to say like my name is Brandon, I would say Brandon-san desu or something like that. Brandon-san? Is it Brandon-san, or is that just one of those like stereotypical things you hear that you think people say but they actually don't? I don't know. I haven't practiced in like 2 years. What else did I remember? Obviously there's sayonara, which is goodbye. Which is like more of like I'm never gonna see you again kind of thing. I can get rid of this. Wait, did I grab the item that I needed? Yeah, I think so. But yeah, there's sayonara. Obviously, arigato is thank you. Hi is yes. Ichi is 1. Ni is 2. San is 3. Ichi ni san. What else? Yongo Roku is 4, 5, 6. I can't remember 7, 8, 9. I'm surprised I remember some of these actually. Cat, what was, I remember I used to know cat too. It was Neku? Or something like that? Niku or Neku? Soba, I believe, was like noodles. Can't remember what water was. But yeah, Japanese is, oh no, he came back to get revenge on me. You butt munch. Oh my gosh. I hope another alliance comes and finds you and kills you. Kinda do a lot of damage to him though, with just those couple dots. But he's a mage, so. Did he like come searching for me? Or did he just happen to come across my path? Oh, I'm gonna close my door again. The cats keep on opening up my door. Okay. Okay, so like what I was gonna say earlier was that I'm like nervous to like talk about any kind of cannabis related things on this channel, because my channel's not made for kids. Like I don't like when I'm posting my channel, I don't say, yes, this is for kids. I say, no, it's not. So, but like I do know that kids can still watch me though. And there's a part of me that's just like, I don't really want to, be the inspiration as to why, like a 14-year-old or a 12-year-old is eating THC gummies or something, or smoking. I don't want to be that person that influences somebody like that. And yeah, it's really my major concern, is I just don't want to influence people in a negative way, which I don't think cannabis is negative. I think it can be. I don't think it's just positive or just negative. I mean, I think it could affect people in different ways. I think some people could potentially maybe use it too much. I do think smoking it all the time can cause harm to your lungs. But there's a lot of different ways to consume it now, and it's legal in a lot of states. And in my state, the the Delta 9 and the 8 and the Delta 10 and THCA, those are legal in my state. So like that's what I consume. But yeah, I don't know. I was debating on whether or not if I should ever bring that up on the channel. But I don't know. Something just told me to talk about it. And I actually don't think it's such a bad thing. Like if there are kids that watch my channel and they see me, let's like say I take like a dab hit, then, and they see me do that, and it's like, oh well, he did it, so I'm gonna try it. I mean, is that really my fault? Am I really a bad person for consuming cannabis online? I mean, shouldn't their parents be kind of like aware of letting their kids just use like YouTube for kids or whatever? But we live in a big world and not everybody knows about it and how to do what do they call that, parental controls and stuff like that. But yeah, well, if you're a kid under 18 watching this, I am not advocating the use of weed. Make your own intellectual, informed decision. It's your life, and it's up to you to decide what you want to do with it, what you don't want to do with it. But since I am publicly talking, you should definitely wait until you're at least of legal age before you consume any kind of mind-altering substances, and preferably wait until your brain is fully developed if you do decide to use psychedelic or mind-altering substances. So with that being said, I'm going to take a little THC rip here. We got some concentrate. It's called cherry gelato. Cherry gelato. Lemon cherry gelato is what it's called, actually. Let's see. Where the heck is my... Hold on a second. I don't know where my lighter's at. What the heck? Where is my lighter? I just had it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm doing lemon cherry gelato concentrate. I got this from a store called Green Remedies. It's a dispensary that I think just opened up recently by my house. And they have a lot of cool stuff in there. They had coffee infused, or THC infused coffee. They had that in 10 milligrams, and that was really good. It was almost a little too strong for me. I drank a little bit before going to the grocery store. I drank the whole thing, and I felt the caffeine before I felt the THC high. The caffeine gave me the energy like I was looking for. My flame's gone. Oh my gosh. Oh, here we go. So I'm using this thing right here. It's like a little, like a metal tube with a face on it. And you use it, you heat up the tube, and then I have the concentrate on a piece of glass. And you use this to melt the concentrate, and then it turns into vapor, and then you can inhale it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, they had a lot of cool stuff in there. I felt the caffeine first from the coffee, but I was at the grocery store and the THC started kicking in, and it was 10 milligrams. And yeah, it just made me feel just a little too high. And when I was waiting in the grocery store line, you know, when it came turn for me to talk to the cashier and pay for my groceries and stuff, I got really nervous. Like, at first it wasn't that bad. Like, I felt the nervousness coming, but it wasn't like terrible. And then as we started talking more and more, like I initiated conversation, and I started asking him like how his day was, and you know, and somehow we ended up talking about college. I think I just asked him if he was going to college, and if he's ever had like another job or something, and I asked him what he wants to do, and he told me he wants to be a anesthesiologist. You know, because he got into a bike accident, and he said the only person that in the hospital that was really kind to him, that made him feel seen, was the anesthesiologist. And it was a really kind of like intimate moment, you know, not like in like we're like staring at each other's eyes like longingly, but like, you know, there was a lot of vulnerability there with him telling me that story, and a lot of like, you know, it was very personal. And then I started kind of getting nervous, like more, because somebody in the line was like just staring at me. Yeah, that tastes really good. Super pure. Um, Happy birthday, 31 to me. Let's go. But yeah, so someone in the line was like staring at me. I could feel them staring at me, you know? And so I'm like making conversation with this guy. I felt like my gut, like my stomach just started feeling really quaky. Like it just started feeling really uncomfortable. And I was just trying to ignore it, you know? But a lot of times, like when I get nervous or when I get like anxious for whatever reason, my voice sometimes doesn't come out normally. And when I was trying to say bye to him, like I could tell, he could tell that I was feeling anxious or like something changed, you know? Something about me was different. Even though we only were talking to each other for like 3 minutes. And he didn't mention it or say anything, but you could just tell that he could tell. And, you know, so the THC kind of made me a little like hyper aware. So it's hard for me to be like it's hard for me to have focus on me and attention on me when I am too intoxicated, I guess. I don't even like to use the word intoxicated, but when I have too much THC going through my brain. These shamans are cool. Yeah, like I kind of want to do like World of Warcraft lore videos on that. You know, and like I think that's another funny thing about building a channel is like people are like, oh, you gotta have a niche, you know, if you ever want to build an audience, and like you gotta be entertaining, and you know, like you gotta talk all the time. And I don't know, maybe that's true if you need to have a like super successful channel with lots and lots and lots of subscribers. You know, and I hope to find a balance. I hope to find a balance where I can just do what I want to do, but also give people what they want. You know? And one thing people want is they want to connect to personalities, right? They want to connect to people. And they want authenticity, I think. And I think we need to be less afraid of, you know, stepping outside of the box and just being ourselves. Like so much of our, we're told so much. Like, this is how you gotta do things. This is like YouTube is kind of turning into like this corporate ladder kind of thing almost. Where before, you know, the internet used to be about like just posting you, like just being you, and there was no worry, there was no concern, there was no agenda other than just really sharing yourself, you know? I feel like people were less afraid to be themselves on the internet back in the day. You know, people just did things because they just liked doing it. But now people, it's like, oh, well, if I don't get subscribers, if I don't get, you know, if I don't fit the algorithms, then I can't be doing it. And it's just like, I don't know, I just don't want it to be like that. I just want people to be people online. Like, just, like, yeah, like, you know, do whatever you want to do, create stuff, you know, and be how you want to be. It doesn't have to just, you know, be whatever. Like, you can make the craziest thing. Like there was this YouTuber that I was watching. I don't know if you guys know Poppy, the girl who does like those really strange videos. Like, she's just a strange character. There was this girl who's like dressed up as a goth, and she kind of reminds me of Poppy. She's doing like really strange things, like giving a lobotomy to like a stuffed rabbit, but like her voice is very, you know, like soothing and kind of odd. Like I'll try to replicate it. Hold on a second. It says clear the area around this large cage to make the next step easier. Okay, so And then it says click here after you clear the enemies. Okay. But she was like, okay, everybody, today I'm going to be doing a lobotomy. Like, kind of like that, I guess. But it's kind of different. It's definitely different. It's not exactly how I sound, for sure. But you know, like that's weird and stuff, right? But it's like, at least that's original, kind of. Like, at least it's, she's brave enough to like just do what she wants to do. At least that's what it seems like to me. You know? And then it sucks because like there are people who do what they want to do and they don't get any views or they don't get any attention. You know, no community, nobody comments, nobody connects. It's just, you know, maybe like 10 views and they have like 50 videos and it's like yeah, maybe it's like what people don't want to watch, right? And that's the part that like where you gotta find like the happy medium. You know, you gotta find the way to do what you want, but also give people what they want. And you know, like I was saying earlier, like spirit will your soul, if you listen to it, it'll guide you to what you need. So like maybe not everybody's meant to be that super high volume subscriber count channel. You know, maybe you're only supposed to have 1,000 subscribers. You know, or maybe that's what's best for you. You know? Oh no. Okay, cool. Oh, they're back. Man, it's already 6:07. But yeah, I really think people should just start creating more of what they want. You know, just create some cool stuff. Don't be afraid to create stuff and put it out there. You know, like this, like what am I doing right now? You know, I found that as I'm actively like posting, even if it's very low effort content, I find that I get more ideas and I start getting a better grasp and a more detailed perspective as to like what I want to do with my channel and, you know, what I want to create on my channel. And I sure hope I get all these. That was a lot of people to kill. You know, so maybe your ideas won't come until you actually start taking the first steps, you know? Oh my gosh. Bro. How many of you do I gotta kill? Am I like the only one? I know I saw other players over here. Okay. There we go. Let's try that one more time. There's still another freaking person. Jesus. Alright. That should be good. We've done it. Meet me back. Oh wait, we did it? Oh, okay. I didn't think we did it, but okay. Oh Jesus, stay away. Get all that mage weave cloth. Okay. Can I get around these guys? 43, I think I could get around them. Yeah.
I am honored.
Ooh, 5,000.
What brings you?
Kill 6. Oh, I already killed probably 50 of them. Alright. Hello. I'm your worst nightmare. Are there any other like streamers or like YouTubers that play video games and consume cannabis? I'm sure there's others out there. I mean, I know I've seen videos like, if I die in Dark Souls, I take a hit, or something like that. But I've never really seen like somebody who themes their channel around like consuming cannabis and playing video games. But I feel like they exist out there somewhere. Oh, I forgot I have another talent. Destruction. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Should I kill him? Yeah, I might as well, right? He was gonna die anyways. What was he? If he's a shaman, I need to watch out. I think he was level 44. I should be fine though. Hello. Okay. Let's just keep on grinding. Oh shit. Are they gonna die or something? Why are they just running into the thing? Okay. Weird. Oh, shit. And when I hear birds outside, it always frightens me a little bit. Or it doesn't frighten me, but I'm just like, oh man. That's when you know it's getting really early. Just want to hit level 50 or 47. Just want to hit level 47, man. I might not be able to tonight. Nah, yeah, I'm gonna call it. I mean, I got like one more quest, probably 2 requests I gotta do. Well, there's like a whole bunch of quests I could turn in. I might be able to hit level 47 if I turn in these quests. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Would you guys ever like to go to like Peru or like South America? Oops, I didn't mean to fall. But yeah, would you ever want to go to like South Peru or America and take like ayahuasca? Or like do like peyote with like the Indians or something, the Native Americans, I should say. I've always wanted to do like a group ceremony with like ayahuasca or peyote. I always thought that would be a very interesting experience. I feel like it'd be an intense experience too. Maybe too intense, but nothing that you couldn't handle. Okay, what do I do over here? I'm scared. There's too many horde. I'm gonna hide. Let's see if it tells me to turn it in here. Click large leather backpack. Oh, there it is. Oh, wait. Let's get rid of... I don't know. Let's get rid of this. That's really inexpensive. Okay, let's go back. Alright, now it's Hearth. I should be close to leveling up, if not leveled up. Uh-oh. Have mercy on my soul. Thank God. Let's see. He's outside the house, I guess. Pratt McGrubbin.
What can I do for you? See you later.
You could give me experience. That's what you can do.
Have a good one.
Let's go. Man, I'm so close. I don't think it's gonna level me up 2 bars. I need... like 9,000? No, I don't know. I know some of you guys out there can probably figure that out. Okay. Oh yeah.
Illume be with you.
The high wilderness.
Illume like your
Dang.
go in peace.
Is that the sunken temple?
Asha Fela.
Alright, well we're pretty much level 47. I could kill some mobs. And then call it a night. This is a nice little stream. How long has it been going so far? It doesn't say. I think it does somewhere. An hour and 34 minutes. I would go longer If I didn't have to go to sleep. Or if it wasn't so, yeah. Like, if it wasn't 6:20 a.m. 41. How much experience do I get for killing you? Mm. 311. That's actually pretty good. It's only gonna take me like 15 kills. Okay, let's go this way, find some more. Okay. There's one. This is a great way to get experience. Just running through, just sucking the soul out of everybody. Oh, I'm silenced.
I can't carry anymore. I'm out of range.
Hmm. You know what game I want to play on stream, I think, is Banjo-Kazooie. Replay through Banjo-Kazooie 1. I think that would be a fun game to play on stream. It's not too long, and it's just a really good game. Like, it's so good. I might like Banjo-Kazooie right now more than Mario Kart 6 or Super Mario 64. But I haven't ever beat Mario 64. I've gotten probably like 50 stars or something. Maybe like 60 stars. But I've never like beat it. But I don't know, I just like the charm and the personality of Banjo-Kazooie. Like, it's so funny, and the levels are honestly really good. And it's like, it's not too long, you know? Like Mario 64, like it's so hard to perfect that game. There's so many there's so many stars you gotta get. Like, I think there's like, what, 120 or something that you gotta find in order to perfect it. maybe more. And it just makes it a really long game.
That's very
Let's see. I gotta wake up at 2. So if I go to sleep, if I fall asleep at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, I'll at least get 7 hours of sleep, which will be good enough. Okay. Oh, I'm still not level 47 yet. I thought that would have been it. Alright. Here we go. Still not level 47, you kidding me? The next one will be it for sure.
It's too far away.
There we go.
Inventory is full.
I did it. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it a night, head to bed, and go hang out with my family tomorrow for my birthday. So, have a good morning, good night, good day, whatever. And peace.